Revelation chapter 9, the Passion Translation, the fifth trumpet. Then the fifth angel sounded his trumpet, and I saw a star that fell from heaven to earth. And he was handed a key to the shaft leading down to the pit of the deep. He opened the shaft of the bottomless pit, and a blanket of smoke began to rise out of it, like the smoke of a giant furnace. The sun and the atmosphere were darkened with smoke rising from the shaft. And out of smoke appeared locusts swarming onto the earth. And they were given authority like that of scorpions to inflict pain. They were told not to harm the grass or any green growth or any tree, but only afflict those who did not have the seal of God on their foreheads. The locusts were given authority to torment for 5 months, but not to kill them. Their painful torment is like the scorpion sting. And during that time, people will seek death, but will not find it. They will long to die, but death will elude them. The locusts had the appearance of horses equipped for battle. On their heads were what seemed like golden crowns, and their faces were like human faces, and their hair was long like woman's hair, and their teeth like lion's teeth. They wore breastplates that seemed like iron, and their wings made a sound like the noise of horses and chariots rushing into battle. They had tails and stingers like scorpions with power to injure people for 5 months. The angel of the bottomless pit was king over them, and his name in Hebrew is Destruction, and in the Greek, Destroyer. But this is but the first woe. There are still 2 more to come. The sixth trumpet. Then the sixth angel sounded his trumpet, and I heard a voice from the 4 horns of the golden altar before God, responding to the sixth angel who blew his trumpet. Set free the 4 angels who are confined at the great river Euphrates. So the 4 angels were released, who had prepared for the right hour, day, month, and year to kill 1/3 of humanity. I heard the number of soldiers on horseback. It was twice 10,000 times 10,000. And in my vision, I saw the horses with riders wearing breastplates of fire and of sapphire and of sulfur. The horses had lions' heads breathing out fire and smoke and sulfur. They killed 1/3 of humanity by these 3 plagues: the fire, the smoke, and the sulfur that came from their mouths. For the lethal power of the horses was in their mouths and in their tails. Their tails had snakes' heads that inflict injuries. Those not killed by these plagues did not repent of their deeds, so that they would stop worshiping demons and idols of gold, silver, bronze, stone, and wood, blind and mute idols that have to be carried around. And they did not repent of their murders, their sorceries, or their thefts, or their immorality. Chapter 10. Then I heard another extremely powerful angel coming out of heaven, robed in a cloud. There was a halo over his head like a rainbow. His face shined bright like the sun, and his legs like pillars of fire. He held a little open scroll in his hand. He set his right foot on the sea and his left foot on the land, and gave a tremendous shout like a lion's roar. When he shouted, the 7 thunders responded, rumbling out their messages. I was about to write the messages of the 7 thunders, but I heard a heavenly voice say to me, "Don't write a word, but place a seal on what the 7 thunders have spoken." Then the mighty angel whom I saw astride the sea and the land raised his right hand to heaven and swore an oath by him who lives for an eternity of eternities, the creator of heaven and earth and sea and all that is in them. No more delay. For in the day when the seventh angel is to sound his trumpet, the mystery of God will be fulfilled, just as he announced to his servants the prophets." John eats the scroll. Then the heavenly voice spoke to me again. "Go, take the open scroll from the hand of the angel who is standing on the sea and on the land." I went up to the angel who stood on the sea and the land and told him to give me the little scroll. Then he said to me, "Take it and eat it. It will be sour in your stomach, but sweet as honey in your mouth." I took the little scroll from the hand of the mighty angel and ate it. Indeed, it was sweet as honey to taste, but after I had eaten it, my stomach turned bitter. Then they said to me, "You must go back and prophesy again to many peoples and nations and languages and kings."